Learning how to auto-generate subtitles has probably been the best workflow enhancement I've had this year. I've experimented with a bunch of AI tools like Opus clips, and what's cool about them is that they're robust features, but without paying for them, you can't actually get it to work the way that you want. At least with Opus clips, as of the recording of this video, you can't edit the clips or export them as SRT files. So it poses a unique problem, right? What happens if the AI gets the subtitles wrong, or you might want to customize it as you see fit? It'd be nice to get that SRT file, whereas right now I can't afford Opus clips. Maybe you're in that same situation and you like AI transcription to use as subtitles in your videos. So I got you. So there's this tool called Storykit.ai. We're gonna start at the top of the page, and it's a GitHub page, is a GitHub link. But I'm gonna show you how to install it and use it. This link will also be in my description. Essentially, this is the latest version that you can use without contributing to the Patreon. They do have newer versions, but you'll have to subscribe. This comes with a bunch of features, but again, to keep this video brief, I won't go over everything. But one thing I do want to tell you is that this version is available for Mac as well as Windows users. So your operator system is likely already supported. You're going to scroll to the bottom and you're going to see assets. You're going to go ahead and click on the Windows installer right here. Once you do that, it'll be installed. Well, it'll be download rather. And then you'd have to install it here. So you can double click this. You're going to click on I accept the agreement. You can choose to create a desktop shortcut. If you don't have this installed, unlike me, because I do, you can then choose your directory. I'd leave it as it is, and then you can click install. It'll take some time to install. So pause the video and we'll get back to it once you have it installed. Okay, cool. So I'm assuming you have it installed, and essentially you can go ahead and open it. I personally have it on my toolbar, and this is what it looks like when it boots up. This is totally normal. So you'll have two different windows, and maybe three if it's your first time. The third window is probably just telling you to update. But again, since you don't have access to it, you can't update, so I just ignore it. And then, yeah, let me show you how this works. So pretty much, you have a bunch of options, but in general, you're going to just start with ingesting. Ingesting is going to be how you access your video files. So I'm going to go to the directory, and this is the file I named your video that needs subtitles. So obviously your video is going to have a different name, but you can use this because I want to generate subtitles based off of the audio for this video. Okay. So you have different options regarding analysis for the video. Since I only need subtitles, I only want to use audio. By default, it's going to already have video and potentially analysis checked on. The tool does more than just generating subtitles, so I'd recommend messing with those features if you can find them useful. But again, I won't go over what those are in this video. I turn them off because it makes the production of the subtitles more quicker for me, so I turn them off. In the audio section, obviously you're going to want to make sure transcribe audio is on. By default, source language will not be selected, but I recommend that if you know what your source language is ahead of time, you just choose that language, so that way you save a little bit of time on the workload here. It's going to automatically be set to transcribe, but you can also have it translate as well as translate and transcribe. So this is really useful for people who make videos in other languages other than English. There are so many freaking languages here. Do you see this? This list is spanning the entire height of my screen. Okay. I think I read about it, and it's like 70 different languages. And oh, look, there's even Tajik. I went to Tajikistan. I know this language. I'm not fluent in it, but I know of it. So listen, don't get discouraged if you are a video producer and you don't speak English natively. It's okay. Like, you can transcribe and translate to English or a different language, I guess. I have not personally used it, so I don't know how good it is. But I recommend you giving it a shot because it's a free tool that is available to you most likely. I leave device on auto. That's where it is by default. Pre-detect speech. I read about this feature, and essentially you would use this if, for example, like there's some sort of silence and it's generating subtitles even though you're not talking. So this is going to help. Increased time precision is something you're going to want to have on. It gives you the best version of the transcription. You can turn this off if you don't need it to be as exact, but I mean, you might as well get it right the first time, so I just leave it checked on. That'll enable things like pre-detect speech as well as the transcription post-processing features to work. You can choose to split your lines. I do this since I make shorts content right now. I want it to split every 3 words, and it can also split at punctuation. And then I pretty much just press start. So if you like what's here, you can press start too. And then you're going to have basically 3 windows related to this. We're really only going to look at the middle and the bottom window. If you look at the bottom, it's loading the medium model. If you look at the middle, it's showing exactly what's happening. As it's processing this, I want to just tell you what you can expect. If it's your first time using the software, the medium model, because there's different models, but by default, you'll have the medium model. The medium model has to be downloaded, so that's going to take some time. So your transcription won't be as quick as mine. I used probably like a sample 20-second video. Obviously, the longer your video, the longer it's going to take. But in general, the first time is going to take longer because that has to be downloaded and installed. But then going forward, it'll be pretty quick. So what you'll see is the analysis of it all. So we can see that these are all the different lines created. Whoops. These are all the different lines created and all the timestamps. This isn't important for us to know, but it just shows you the results. So I think it's cool. Now what you want to do is use your editor of choice. So that way you can make use of the SRT file. So I use DaVinci Resolve. This is actually my video clip here.
You reflected him on me.
And here's just a sample of what it looks like. We're just fast forwarding through the video, right? There's no subtitles. So to import the subtitles, what we're going to do is we're going to go where my video is stored. My video is stored in this directory like it was before. And what you'll see is that you'll have 3 new files. One that ends in .srt, one that ends in .transcript.json, as well as a txt file. For the purpose of this video, we're only going to use the SRT file. So I'm going to move this away. And all I'm going to do is drag and drop this to where DaVinci is going to make use of this. So that's going to be right here. And then I already have like a subtitle preset just so this looks nice. And then I'm going to just edit this based off of my text needs. So super quick, I'm done. And now we're just going to watch this, okay? You watched this get transcribed. It took 7 seconds. Take note of the timing and the words that are used. See if there's any mistakes.
You reflected him on me. All right, he's dead. Yeah, I got to use that way more. I'm right here, mommy. Keep dipping, cut. Yo, 0 deaths.
Come on,
0
pilot.
deaths.
Here we
What do you
go.
expect?
Get ready, pilot. Going up.
I saw one mistake.
Pow, pow, pow.
That was the easy part.
What?
You've earned your pilot certification.
But do you see how good this is?
Goddamn right. Hey, new Titan loadout, man. North Star. Sniper. Let's get it.
Perfect. Isn't that cool? I think it's great. And look, it spaced it all out. It wrote pretty much all the right words. In my case, it did mess up like a couple words. So like right here, the word is not cut, it's "ka." So I'm just gonna change that. Wow, so not capital. Super easy to change that. And then if we go, there's like another word. And then yeah, so this was hey. I'm gonna just change this to A. And bam, we're done. So now I can just export my video and I'm ready to go. Look at how quick that was. Super fast, super useful. Let me also save you some more time. If you go back into the story toolkit, essentially you can go to file and go to preferences. This is going to be how you preset certain features, which I think is going to be a very good time save. So I leave general as is. Integrations, fun fact, if you have the free version of DaVinci Resolve, do not check this box. Do not enable the Resolve API. You're going to brick your application and you're going to have to delete your config file. But mainly, the main thing that you want to edit is going to be ingest. So by default, it should already have transcribe audio on. If you select English here in this preferences menu, it'll always use English as your source language. Same thing with your task, same thing with your model, same thing with your device, and pretty much as well as increased time precision. For some reason, transcription post-processing, this entire section doesn't really save what I put here. So if I put 3 words and I press save, it won't actually transfer. So that's the only thing I have to redo, but everything else I won't. So it does save you a decent amount of time depending on how often you're making subtitle videos. I make them pretty often as of late. And then here you can choose to take off indexing video as well as grouped questions, so you don't have to keep doing that. And that's pretty much it. You'll get this message to restart, and you can take advantage of the software as you see fit. But again, for subtitling, it's super good. It's just as good, if not better, in my opinion, than Opus Clips. I'd say the only thing that it has on it is that Opus Clips will, for example, choose to emphasize certain words and choose to color them for you. It'll have different layouts as well as emojis. So it's a great service. I'm not saying that it's a bad one. But when you go to the free version, it's not good. It's just not good. If you're using it as is, there's no problem with that. It's pretty easy and it's great. But at least for me, I have a lot of grammatical errors and I'll have a lot of words that I didn't want to be put in there. You know what I mean? Or like the timing's messed up. Like, there's just better options, and this is one that I found after a lot of sleuthing, a lot of spelunking, a lot of searching, and I figured I'd share it with you because it's free. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't really do instructional videos, but hopefully you found it helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm not an expert on this, but I can help you get a little better at subtitling. Cool. All right. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Take it easy. Namaste.